So we finally got some news, but not the news we were expecting. Hello and welcome back to Tricol Gaming with me, Fletcher. And welcome to this quick video which I'm just doing to look at all the information we've gotten about the brand new Jurassic World Evolution 2 DLC, which is coming to us on September 15th, so in 2 days time. Before we get into that, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content from all of us at Tricol Gaming. So this new DLC that's coming out, which seems to have thrown a curveball for most of us since we weren't aware that it was coming. It's being called the Late Cretaceous pack, and this DLC update we're getting both paid content and free content. And if I was to give a title to this particular DLC, the headline would be "We are trying to make the lagoons better." But let's look at what we're getting. So in the paid DLC section, we're getting 4 new species. The Barbaridactylus, a pterosaur that looks pretty much like the Geosternbergia, just with a smaller crest. We're getting a brand new sauropod, the Alamosaurus, which is this nice, chunky, spiky-necked brachiosaurid. It reminds me a bit of the Dreadnoughtus from Prehistoric Planet, actually, the one with the balls in the neck. We're also getting a new carnivore, the Australovenator, which looks, based on the rock behind it, to be about the same size as a Herrerasaurus, maybe a little bigger. I do have to say, I love the colour that this one has. The red is probably going to be the Sonoran Desert pattern, if it's working like the other carnivore patterns we have already in the game. But I like the blue and orange striping it has going on here. And we're also getting a new lagoon animal, the Styxosaurus, which is basically a long-necked plesiosaur with frills on the neck's upper and lower sections. And it comes with this beautiful striping again. But something that is interesting is that it's also going to be bioluminescent. The forum says Styxosaurus genome can be modified with bioluminescent pattern colors. Now, does that mean that we're going to be able to apply the bioluminescence to any of the skin pattern colors, or is it just going to be a selection of skins pre-selected like the Parasaurolophus lux? I'm hoping it's something that we're going to be able just to put into any of the pattern colors, and I would certainly think it is that, given the images that we've seen of it. So that's the paid section. What are we getting for free? Well, probably the biggest thing we're getting for free is basically a complete improvement package to the lagoons. And the first part of this is the customization that we're going to have. We're finally getting some decorations which we can actually put into the lagoons, but also around the outside of the lagoons. And these include fountains, rocks, coral, different other decorations. I want to come back to these decorations in a minute, just to go through the ones that we can see just for a bit more detail. But something that they're also doing in the free update is they're making the water easier to see through when you're both in the camera view and in the attraction view. So we'll actually be able to see our animals inside the lagoons a lot easier. What sort of decorations are we going to get? Well, the image that we've seen of it shows a Indominus Rex skeleton as one of the decorations they're showing off, but we actually see some rows of other decorations in the building tab, and we can see quite a few different designs here. There's quite a lot of rock and coral sort of decorations in the sort of middle 3 rows. We're also getting what looks like at least 4 different varieties of lighting fixture that we can see there. One with this sort of plinth, one that's sort of a coral dome, one that looks like just a sort of turret, and one that looks like it's hidden in a rock. There are 2 wooden sort of lobster cages or crab cage structures next to them as well. I'm wondering if they may be bits of shipwreck as well. That would be quite cool to see in this. The ones that are most curious to me are on the bottom row. We have the Indominus skeleton on the left, but then we have 3 what look like lighting or fountain arrangements, possibly for the outside of the lagoon. There's one which looks like it might be a sort of wave machine, judging on the icon. There's one in the center that looks like it's 4 sort of lighting rigs perhaps. And then there is a fountain rock arrangement as well. And then there's this line of trees as well on the right hand side. They look like palm trees. I don't think they're kelp. I think it's a row of palm trees that we're going to be able to snap onto the edge of the lagoons. There is no other kelp decorations in here, so that's a bit of a bummer, but having something that we can decorate our lagoons with is certainly an improvement over nothing. We're also being told that behavior is going to be changed, so marine reptiles will now attack the walls of the lagoon when they're unhappy and can injure themselves. So I'm hoping this means we're going to get some new animations for our lagoon animals. And apparently now also the pterosaurs will be able to attack the helicopter teams. So if you want to recreate Simon Masrani's death in Jurassic World, here's your chance. There's also some information about how they're changing cohabitation for some species, which if you're playing mainly sandbox, probably won't really matter much to you. There's also some details that they're adding new pieces to the amenity building options, so you can change how they look, including some fountains and new planters. So it's nice that we're getting some new bits to alter the look of our amenity buildings, because I think that's an area of people's sandbox builds that they maybe don't take much time on, is how their amenity buildings look. And we're also going to be able to edit the color of our decorative lights around the park. It doesn't say whether we're going to be able to edit lights by singular or whether it's a change for all of them in the park, but it might make theming our particular park areas a little bit easy. The only other thing that we're getting is some new sandbox settings, which will be helpful for sandbox building. I notice we're not getting infinite feeders, but we are going to get some new traits and gene editing in details, and we're going to be getting instant construction and destruction for buildings as well, which again, if you're playing with mods, Kyadenic's already done that, but it's nice that people without mods are finally going to be able to get some of these quality of life improvements. So yeah, this is a good free update. It's about time that the lagoons and the lagoon animals actually got some love, because I think out of all of the elements of Jurassic World Evolution 2, the implementation of the sea creatures is a bit lacking. The new dinosaurs coming in the paid DLC pack, I guess it's surprising that we aren't seeing the missing creatures from Dominion in this yet, so perhaps they are coming later down the line. I am pleased that they're still doing a range of animals. It would be nice for us to perhaps get some smaller species in, like other types of ceratopsians that are missing currently, like the Protoceratops, for example. So, I will put in the description tab a link to the forum post that I've looked at for this particular video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the most interesting part of this update is, and I will see you on Thursday, which I think it's Thursday, September the 15th. Yep, I will see you on Thursday, where we'll go through all this together on a video. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.